What's happening, people? The Poet's here. I hope you're doing well and staying safe. And today's video is going to be almost a talking head video, but I want to address something that is definitely changing in the industry in terms of the pre-built PC industry. We have definitely seen horrible pre-built PCs in our time. The last couple of years, because of human malware, a lot of people are working from home, choosing to stay working from home. And because of that, we're using PCs, honestly, more than ever. And we're reliant on them more than ever. And a lot of PC gamers and enthusiasts as well, we're looking for something that is really going to take our experience to the next level, while at the same time understanding that things like the GPU market has been horrible the last 2 years, maybe getting better, obviously, but horrible. Finding parts overall to just build your own system was a nightmare. And so the pre-built industry, they basically were suffering as well, you know, trying to find GPUs. I have good ties with a number of different CEOs and business leads for different pre-built PC companies. And yeah, it wasn't easy for them either. So in order for them to really try to stand out and to earn that hard-earned money that's in your pocket, they decided to change their atmosphere, their climate, their culture in terms of how they actually interact with consumers, with enthusiasts, with gamers, with just businesses as a whole. There's one company that, well, there's a number of companies honestly, but there's one company I wanted to talk about today that has definitely changed for the better, and a company that has decided to partner with other companies to improve themselves and partner with, I guess, influencers, you know, in order to see where the gaps are and where they can improve even more. So this company right here, iBUYPOWER and HYTE, are two companies, I guess I should say. iBUYPOWER, you know, historically, many people have different feelings on iBUYPOWER. You know, some say that, hey, they made horrible PCs, or they made budget PCs, or, you know, whatever it may be. Poor customer service. I've heard all kinds of stories, and it's the same story for all pre-built companies the last several years. iBUYPOWER definitely has changed. I'll put it that way. I reviewed a couple of their PCs. This one in particular is the Revolt 3, and it's in the HYTE case. Notice the HYTE branding here with the desk mat. And I gotta say, I have not had so much fun with a PC ever. I had to think about that. And this is not pre-scripted or anything. This is just really me just talking head. This PC and the case was a pleasure to review. So iBUYPOWER, you know, had reached out to me saying, hey, would you like to review a PC? And I'm like, you know, sure, because that's kind of what I've been enjoying doing. And they said it was a, you know, small form factor, air-cooled PC. And the previous one I reviewed by them was a water-cooled PC, the Element CL. So definitely check out my review video. I think I did multiple videos on YouTube on that one, and a lot on TikTok. Now, that one was pretty cool because it had a solid price point and good hardware, and it was water cooling, you know, so that's right up my alley. The air cooling is kind of old news to me, but small form factor stuff I never really got into because, you know, it kind of limits you in terms of what you can do with water cooling. I've seen some really cool stuff with small form factor stuff, like Mods by Ben. He's done some awesome stuff, and a few other groups and individuals like him.
This is probably how I would do a small form factor water-cooled PC. This is the new HYTE case, and iBUYPOWER is really rocking this. And this is by Liquid House. They're the ones that designed this one. So you have the GPU right here, CPU right there, but then all the cooling is done by this 360mm radiator. So this is a copper radiator. Very nice, stylish pump right here. Heat killer. I always like heat killer stuff, so you have heat killer here. And then I love the color of the fluid as well. It's like a teal. I don't know if that's going to come off all that well. And then these fans are quite stylish as well. So very well done with the heat killer hardware.
This case in particular by HYTE, it's fascinating to me because one, it does have this handle, right? It's a travel PC in my opinion. I took this thing from LA on a plane to Buffalo, New York, put it through security, you know, the conveyor belt, they're examining it. I'm like, yeah, I'm traveling with a 3090 and, you know, 900KF processor, and, you know, just, it was kind of fun, you know, just walking around the airport in LAX and Buffalo airport with this thing, and people are like, what the heck is this guy doing? And I was about to hook it up while I was in the airport to, you know, play Star Citizen and just random games, because this thing is powerful enough to play every single game I wanted to play. And Star Citizen's an alpha game, so it's not optimized or anything, and I'm just jamming while I'm traveling playing that game. And then of course, video editing, it's got a 3090 in it. TSA free is the way to go, because look at that line. No, I'm not waiting on that. iBUYPOWER is right here, doing well. But yeah, that's a dumb long line. See, I'm already here. There was 2 people ahead of me. And here it is. Whoa! Oh yeah! Right through security. When was the last time you saw an iBUYPOWER PC at FAO Schwarz? So I'm at LAX a couple of hours early, and I actually have the iBUYPOWER right here. I actually have everything I need to game with it. I'm using the LiPo. It's like a 15.6-inch portable display, a mouse and keyboard, and there's spots to game. Maybe I'll play Star Citizen. Let's talk about temps on the iBUYPOWER Revolt 3 and the HYTE small form factor case right here. So I'm playing Star Citizen right now. I'm visiting my parents' house, you know, in Buffalo, New York, and I'm using the HyperX new microphone right here to talk to my comrades, as well as the headphones, because it has the nifty little headphone holder there. And for Star Citizen, very demanding game, very fun, free fly right now. So this system has a 3090. The GPU is maxed out at 61 degrees Celsius, and the CPU, which is an 11900KF processor, has maxed out at 75 degrees. So not too shabby at all for this small form factor PC. So I didn't want to like dive too much into the actual hardware, because it's more about the quality of it. This is not using some random OEM, you know, motherboard. It's a state-of-the-art Gigabyte motherboard that I'm using in another PC of mine already. And when I saw that, I was like, oh, I'm already using that motherboard. And I did my research on that motherboard. The RAM, I had already had the exact RAM that they put in this machine because I like the RAM. It's stuff like that that made me realize that, oh, they put some thought into this PC build. They actually said, hey, we need to make sure that this has good airflow. I didn't have any whatsoever bad temperatures in this PC. You can see here that the grill, and actually this all kind of pops right off. There we go. So you can see the GPU right here, and you know, you could also see like the marks for where the dust was building up, because it was filtering some dust, and there's very little dust on here because it was doing its job. This whole thing comes apart like nice and easy. So you can see everything on this by just easily taking it apart, just like that. Put this in. Like, honestly, how dope is that? So if you want to see anything that's going on, upgrade this PC if you want. It's as simple as that. So stuff like that, I appreciate. Any pre-built PC company that is like, here is our product, go to town. If you need to upgrade it, modify it, whatever, hey, thumbs up. And let me put it like this. And so I love that. I didn't need to do anything to this. And you know, here's the big old Gigabyte 3090 that came with it and everything. And it was just a pleasure to travel with this PC. And so while I'm in Buffalo for Thanksgiving, visiting family, I took this, playing video games and video conferencing and doing a little bit of work as well. Try to make it a vacation, you know. And then I went to CES in Vegas. Took this with me to CES. Did all the video editing I needed to do on the fly, because this thing is a travel PC basically. It was really, really nice. CES 2022 is all over.
at my hotel room, about to go on back to LA. This has been an amazing experience. Thank you to all the manufacturers like Gigabyte, holy cow, EKWB, iBUYPOWER, thank you iBUYPOWER. You know, yeah, the Revolt 3 here and the HYTE Case, doing a giveaway for the case and power supply and all that stuff, link in bio, all that good stuff. Got to meet so many great creators like Tony Tech Bites, got to see Aiden, Low, just like all kinds of tech YouTubers and all that stuff. Amazing time, great relationship building, which is the point of CES. Like all these manufacturers I got to really spend time with. TCL, amazing crew. Gigabyte just welcomed me with open arms. Yes, that's the term. EKWB. So you guys are gonna have some amazing videos coming from me because I have a lot more content to edit and upload. And I'll probably on my YouTube channel do a my best in show or my favorite content from CES. So subscribe to the YouTube. And I actually had a very small table in my hotel room because I stayed, where did I stay? I don't remember where I stayed, but it was a decent hotel, but the table was small in the room. And so I'm like, geez, thank God I have a small form factor PC. So it just led for like extra content as well. And so I definitely have to give HYTE kudos on the design of this case, as well as iBUYPOWER for having the, you know, the thought of actually using a company like HYTE that is actually very much enthused about their product. And I can see that by the quality of their product, but also by their social media presence. Like they're heavily involved on Twitter and Instagram and all kinds of stuff. And it's not just like marketing material they're putting out there. It is actually like interacting with their consumers, with influencers and stuff, and being a part of the tech community, which is what all tech companies need to do. There's too many snobby-ish companies out there. They're like, oh, we're too good to comment on this person's tweet. Like, no, get involved. I love seeing iBUYPOWER's tweets that are just incredibly random and funny. I love seeing HYTE's interaction. I love seeing all kinds of other companies that you'll see behind me just get involved on TikTok and Instagram and all kinds of stuff. And that's what we need. We need more of the tech community coming together like that, especially in this time where there's been so much division over the past couple of years and so many people isolated being at home. So it is nice when you see a random tweet from a kid playing video games, you know, just wanted to say, hey, I'm trying to do this and I'm having issues. And then a company like iBUYPOWER or whatever, just randomly being like, hey, have you tried this? And it wasn't even like their product, you know. I like that. I like that a lot. So overall, this Revolt 3 by iBUYPOWER is solid. It is a case that I can recommend, the HYTE case. It is a product that I can wholeheartedly recommend, and I've put it through the ringer. Like I said, I've traveled across the country and back with it, Vegas and back with it, and it is stood up very, very nicely. Yes, like I said, I've played video games on it, DaVinci Resolve video editing, so I'm not going to show all kinds of stats and temperatures and anything because it honestly doesn't matter. When you have a PC that is doing everything you need to do and doing it at an audible level that is entirely acceptable, if not just silent altogether, depending on what you're doing, that is amazing. So I'm going to end this here. Kudos to iBUYPOWER and HYTE. And I look forward to more reviews from both of these companies. So hit that like button, subscribe, and I got more stuff coming. Peace.